This is a tutorial video for the time banking module in Employee Tracker. All of your company time banks are set up in the Setup menu under Time Banks. We usually set these up with you during your Essentials training. There are different types of banks, and they may not all apply to your company. To view the bank settings, double-click on the bank. Here, you'll see the default settings that will be applied to the bank when it is added to an employee profile. You'll see the open date and the opening balance. You can also set a minimum and a maximum range of hours that can be in the bank. At the bottom of the page, you'll see which absent code is associated with this bank. If you have any questions with your time bank setup, please contact your trainer or the help desk for assistance. When setting up a new company or adding a new employee, the first step will be to add the banks in the employee profile. Click on the employee shortcut, select an employee, double-click, and go to the Time Banks tab. The default for a new employee is for this to be blank. Click on the Add button and select the banks that apply for this employee. This may differ depending on the type of employee you are adding, hourly or salary, full-time or part-time, etc. For today's example, I'll add a few banks. You'll see the new banks appear in the Current Employee Time Banks window. You'll see the opening balance in the Balance column. These balances can be adjusted by going into the details and manually adding or removing time from the bank. For example, you'll need to do this to add a starting balance for the vacation bank. Click the bank and click Details. The minimum and maximum, as well as the start date and stop date, are brought over from the general time bank settings in the Setup menu. In the main spreadsheet, you'll see the current balance as of January 1st, 2018. From this screen, you can make manual deposits or withdrawals to the bank balance. Click the Add button in the bottom left. Select Deposit or Withdrawal. Choose a date. And enter the opening balance. Click Get Rate and click OK. Here you can see that 80 hours were deposited at $15 per hour for a balance of 80 hours. In the source column, you can see that this was a manual adjustment. In the same way, we can remove hours from the bank with a manual withdrawal. Click the Add button, choose Withdrawal, enter the date, and the number of hours to take out. A manual withdrawal from the time bank will not pay the employee for these hours. You are simply adjusting the balance. You would do this to correct an error in the balance or to set an opening balance that is correct. Once again, these 40 hours will not be sent to the payroll to pay the employee. This is a manual adjustment. In order to pay an employee for their vacation time, we'll need to add an absent record for vacation. This will create a transaction record. During the payroll export, this transaction will export to your payroll system to pay the employee their vacation time. Let's do this now. Going to Edit Time and Attendance. Make the screen big, and I'll add some vacation time in the second week in June. Click the Add button, choose Absent and OK. Select the date, select the absent code, and enter the absent time. You can double-click in the pay time to copy the absent time. The absent time is used for reporting purposes. The pay time is used to withdraw time from the bank. The pay time also determines how much the employee will be paid for the vacation day. When ready, click OK. The employee's time bank information will be displayed. We can see that the employee has 40 hours available, and we're going to be paying 8. Click Pay from selected bank. Our absent record is created with 8 hours of absent time and 8 hours of pay time. In the flag column, you can see the letter B, indicating that this absent is paid from the bank. Now if we go look at this employee's time bank, going to the employee profile, under time banks, and in the vacation bank. Now we see a transaction record for 8 hours paid. Once again, a manual deposit or withdrawal will not impact your payroll. A transaction-based deposit or withdrawal will. You'll also notice that a transaction cannot be edited or deleted from this page. In order to edit or delete this transaction, we must return to the Edit Time and Attendance screen and modify or delete the record there. A manual deposit or withdrawal can be edited or deleted from here where it was created. The final thing you may need to adjust in this page is the Pay Out At. This will determine the rate used when paying from the bank. A common setting is to pay at the employee's current rate. It's possible that your absent records will be created using the Time Off Request feature in the Employee Self-Service portal. If this is the case, the system will take care of this for you. As soon as the time off request is approved, the records will be created and the time will be deducted from the bank. In the event that the employee has 0 time left in their bank, you will be prompted. Let's try this. Add, absent, the date, the vacation code, and I'll repeat this 5 times. We know the employee has enough time for 4 more vacation days, but not for 5. My first day, second day, third day, fourth day, and finally on the 5th day, there's 0 time available. If I click Pay from selected bank, the system will tell us that only 0 of the requested 8 could be paid out. Do we wish to continue? Yes. Just going to advance our date range here a little bit. As you can see, the first 5 vacation records have 8 hours of pay time. The final vacation day, where there was no time left, has 0 hours of pay time. It's blank. It is possible to allow employees to go in the negative, but you would need to go to their employee profile in their time bank and set a negative minimum value. You have successfully added a bank and withdrawn using absent code records. Thank you for watching.